Thanks for coming back for another episode. Today I'm continuing the story of Mark and his mother. If you haven't heard part 1, listen to it first, otherwise the story will not make sense. Now going forward, as we mention more people, we will call Mark's mother Karen and her husband Kevin. Hopefully this will help keep things simple. In the middle of Karen and Kevin moving their security cameras to reach over the privacy fence, the mutual neighbor on the other side had jarred some homemade items that Kevin loves, and when he was caught outside, the neighbor gave them to Kevin. Kevin was very grateful and gave many thanks and took the items home. Shortly after this, Karen and Kevin left in a car to go wherever. When they arrived back at home, Karen took all the wonderful homemade stuff and tossed it over the neighbor's fence, telling the neighbor not to ever contact them again. It is known from talking to the neighbor that before this, nothing had occurred between them that should have caused this. However, based on prior comments, Karen has made it known that Karen's cameras record audio, and when Mark is outside working in his yard, the cameras pick up his conversation. Mark had recently discussed the situation on the phone with the neighbor, so it is now assumed that Karen is using the cameras to listen to any discussions and calls made in proximity to the cameras. During all of this, Karen and Kevin decided they didn't like Mark's alert device near his pig pen. The device disappeared for a day and reappeared the next day. A week later, T-posts were mounted all around the property, facing Mark's house, each with a motion-activated siren device on it. With the way they are mounted, they serve no purpose of alerting anyone for any reason, but only to attempt to annoy Mark. Unfortunately, this is where I get more involved. What I didn't mention in part 1 is I was helping Mark install the security cameras when his mother started acting nutty. Prior to this, I thought Mark was exaggerating a bit because surely no person would act the way he had been describing his mother. I was on the ladder when Karen and Kevin went back into their yard after Mark had called the police. I have terrific hearing and can hear distant sounds, and it kind of weirds people out. Even sounds so silent, others hear nothing. I tend to hear those. While on the ladder, I heard Kevin talking to Karen over in their yard. Kevin told Karen that if Mark can be outside and use the ladder, he can get a job and work. Kevin went on to say that he was going to collect evidence to have Mark kicked off Social Security disability. No one but Mark and I knew I heard this, and until now it has not been disclosed. However, because I helped Mark install the camera, that apparently made me a bad person as well. Karen is distantly related to my neighbors and sent them a text message telling them that my wife and I hated them and talked tons of crap about this. This even led one of our neighbors to come have a conversation with us about it. Fortunately, that cleared up things instantly. We love our neighbors. The sad thing about this is Karen and my wife were friends up until this. I will continue the story in the next episode. For now, thanks for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us for more real life craziness.